Speaker, my question is to the Premier. Over the last few days, my office has been speaking with patients and their loved ones who still have unanswered questions about the chemotherapy treatment. Can the Premier assure people in London and across Ontario that hospitals have quality assurance measures in place to test drugs and assure that they are receiving the correct treatment?
Premier.
Minister of Health and Long-Term Care.
Minister of Health and Long-Term Care.
Thank you, Speaker, and thank you to the member for this question. What I can tell you, Speaker, is that many steps have been taken over the past few days to assure the people of this province that they are receiving
Member from Lambton Kent, come to order.
Care. On the specific issue that the
to make sure you heard it again, Member of Lambton Kent, come to order.
Cancer Care Ontario took the step of reaching out to all 77 hospitals in this province who deliver chemotherapy to ask those hospitals to check to ensure that this overfill issue was limited to the cases that had been identified. Of the 77 hospitals in this province that do perform chemotherapy, Speaker, 69 of them have responded.
Answer.
There are no other issues that have been raised.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Speaker, this week I spoke with Christine Allison, a woman who lost her fiancé to cancer last year. She wants some answers about the treatment Steve received. And when she asked London Health Sciences, they told her they do not test chemotherapy drugs they receive from private suppliers. We followed up with the hospital, and they won't say whether the policy's changed. Premier, do you know whether the hospitals now have measures in place to assure that patients like Christine's fiancé are receiving the treatment they are supposed to?
Minister.
You know, Speaker, the member opposite speaks of one of the almost 1,000 patients in this province who have
from Durham
received
needs to
very
help.
unsettling news. Those patients are all meeting with their oncologist to determine what impact this might have had and what change to their course of care, if any, ought to be implemented. It's very important that everyone who has been affected does have that meeting with their oncologist, and we know that those meetings are happening, that group meetings are happening, that people are getting the information they need at the individual level. But this does raise questions about the system, Speaker, and that's why we have pulled together all of the partners in our cancer care delivery system, importantly including Health Canada, Speaker, to ensure that we can learn any lessons that need to be learned and assure patients that they need.
Supplementary.
Speaker, when I spoke to Christine, you know, she is heartbroken, and listening to her and the fact that she's not receiving answers is really distressing. And people don't have a lot of trust in this healthcare system right now. So, Speaker, I want to ask the Premier again. Our public healthcare system is our most valuable resource. No one should have to live with the question that Christine is wrestling with. People have a right to assume that they are receiving the best possible treatment. The hospital assumes that the government is providing oversight. The government isn't providing that oversight at all. Patients in London and across Ontario want to know, can the Premier tell us that quality assurance measures are now in place to protect our patients?
Thank you.